entering the West Woods. This is honeysuckle, and that's also non-native. Most honeysuckles are. There are a few native ones. This is more than likely Tatarian honeysuckle, which we have a lot of, along with our friend the buckthorn. But then we have some goldenrods kicking around, fleabane, more junipers. And there's definitely some red cedars in here as well. Still competing against all of this non-native stuff, so that's pretty good. So you can go that way and go back towards the main path, but I'm going to take this route and go by the quarry, take a look in. There's usually always something interesting. The berries of this are really, really fragrant. So if you do that and you just sort of crack it open with your nail, and it just smells absolutely gorgeous. If you have these on your property, you can collect those berries, crush them, soak them in a little bit of olive oil, then strain them out, and you've got a wonderful smelling oil. Nice for your hands after you've been washing dishes or hand washing anything, dry skin, etc. Alright. Oh yeah, look at them all. Wow, just a ton. Alright. The other night I saw either Cooper's hawks or merlins and heard them flying over here. A lot of times you'll see ravens, but at this time of year the ravens seem to disappear for a little bit. You don't see them as often. So the hawks are definitely out hunting these days. If you hear a really high-pitched screech, look up, because there's probably a hawk nearby. Alright. Now if you take this one, it takes you out down around Woodward. I'm going to head back this way. If you head down this little path that's just opposite here, where are you? you'll go down towards the experimental farm path closer to Maitland. Yeah, I missed the turnoff back there. So we're just going to go back along the fence line and through the rest of the western woods. And we'll come out back onto the experimental farm path, but further up, because I don't feel like doing a hike up a hill in heat. Oh no, Japanese beetle. Trash. Oh, pardon me, it's this path. Yeah, if you take that one along. All right, but we're gonna go along here. And that's where we came out of originally. Oh. Yep. This will take us through a bit of an open area where there's usually quite a number of birds, but you never know. Well, somebody's poop. I see quite a number of goldfinches kicking around. Let's just stay here and see what we can find. Oh, way up in the distance, I've just seen a turkey vulture. There was a whole whack of them here the other day. If there's roadkill, you'll see turkey vultures. Last year, they brought their dinner into Hampton Park, which was just a joy. But you know, everybody's got to eat. Oh, look at this sumac, really nice. So that's coming in nicely. Look at that color, that's absolutely astounding. Wow. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. Another black walnut, I think. Let's see, no longer leaves. Do I see any of the nuts? I don't see any. All right. One thing you do not see along here, thankfully, is dog strangling line. So again, if we can keep it controlled where it is, this place will stay safe as well. Oh, here's one nice blow to the ground. Look at that. All right, let's give it a bit of a pat. Take one of these berries and see. Nope, not tart enough yet to make sumac aid, but soon. And I think I've mentioned it before, but a lot of people are concerned sometimes that we're taking out too much buckthorn because, they think, oh, well, they see a lot of birds on it eating the berries, particularly in the wintertime, because quite often it's the only food source, or one of the only food sources around for certain birds. But the problem with that is that buckthorn berries are really not very good for them. It's not very good nutrition. They go through a bird system quite quickly. So they poop out pretty much every time they take off. So they poop a lot. And they poop out those seeds, which is why it spreads so much, or one of the reasons why it spreads so much. So when we do remove it, we are cognizant of, first of all, we don't remove a ton of it at any one time. So we are not removing the food source, even if it is only, sort of akin to fast food for birds. But we also replace with other, either seed or berry producing species. So we are going to be allowing, future birds to thrive on those as well. And if we're taking out the buckthorn, we're letting some more of the natural native species, like things like the junipers, hawthorns, pin cherries, etc., to produce the food that the birds actually do need, which are higher in nutritional content because those birds evolved to eat those types of plants. So, a little bit of buckthorn 101. And next time somebody says, oh, don't take out the buckthorn, the birds love it, you can say, well, it's kind of like eating at the food court for the rest of your life. Okay? Not knocking food courts, but a lot of that is deep fried. So yeah, it's like fast food for birds. That's all you really need to know. And here we are back at the cutoff between the city section. All behind this fencing is where they've been taking out all the vegetation in anticipation of the new pumping station. And Hydro's still here, so I have no idea what they're doing too. Cutting down more stuff. I will point these out because this is another aggressive native species. So these are poplar trees, and they're always nice to look at because they shimmer in the breeze. Oh, thank you, breeze. Right on schedule. And they reproduce very, very quickly. It's a tree that a lot of places do use to establish a native species quickly, because look at these. They all come from just a few trees that are here, but there's several that have sprung up. And that's good because it does tend to keep the buckthorn at bay. It's a large enough species that it can help to suppress some of it, particularly when it's younger. And it's a little bushier at the bottom. It can shade out some of the newer growth. So not a bad tree to have. They do have a tendency to be a little bit more brittle. They come down, but that's okay because, again, they seed pretty readily. And around here, you probably, well, first of all, I don't think that tree would hurt you, but in a place like this, falling trees rarely hit anybody. You literally have to be under it at the time it happens, which would just be a freak accident. The things I get to say. The things I say. Here's some more. And I don't know if you can see that, but those are grapevines, and that seems to be growing onto the tree. I don't know where the end of it is, probably behind the fence somewhere. That can take out trees. Yeah, you can see it. It's going all the way up the tree. And that will smother a tree. This one, it won't take very long if the root isn't cut off. And it can spread to other trees quite easily. So actually you can see a bunch of it's gotten onto the trees in the back there. That's another poplar in the back, shimmering away. And there's a whole whack of grapevine leaves. Grapevines, again, river grape is native, but very aggressive. And so when it gets onto trees, it's problematic. But it's a fantastic cover for fences, hydro poles, and the fruit is edible. The leaves are edible for dolmades. So it's a not a bad plant to have, but you do need to really keep your eye on it. And here we are back at the Clyde split. If you go down there, that's where the Clyde bee and butterfly patch is, and our various buckthorn removal work.